Hey, Bibi, how are you?
Hey, Neil. I'm good to be speaking to you here.
I'm following you for quite a lot of time. I saw some inspiring interviews. I like your approach. But before we dive into the new, the bank and the opportunity and the target market and everything that you're doing, I want to give our viewers a little bit of a background about who you are, even before that. So give us like
Sure,
the pitch about yourself first.
sure. Yeah, my name is Bhagaban. I've been an entrepreneur for the last 10 years. And the current company we started around 1.5 years back. Before that, I've started three different other startups. And prior to that, I was working in a bank for around 3 years. Barclays Capital. I used to work in Singapore. Uh, so the current company we started around 1.5 years back. We saw this gap in the market that the youth in India didn't have any good banking solution. Right, for banks, generally they make money through by giving credit card, by giving loans, and for the students or for the youth, they not necessarily take loans or they are not eligible for credit cards. So that segment is not very attractive to regular banks, right? But I think like today, the youth of today is much different from say how they were say 10 years back, right? So a 17-18 year old today has a lot of expenses, and they are very independent. They're very ambitious, so they want to do a lot of things on their own, right? And we think like financial independence plays a big role in this independence of the student or the teen or the youth, right? So we and also what we see in India, not only in India but across the globe, that financial literacy in young adults is generally very low, right? So people do not necessarily understand the need of saving for the future, creating goals, creating budgets, or that financial discipline is generally lacking, right? And the reason for that is they don't learn it at a young age, right? So when you start earning, like say, or earning significantly, it's too late for you to develop these habits. So we thought that it's good to build a product around financial discipline and financial literacy, and introduce it at a very young age, so that people, I mean, like it becomes a part of your life, right? So you like all the best practices get built into the product, so you don't have to think about what to do. You just use the product and it takes care of your financial needs. So that was
I have
part
a
of
lot
it.
of questions, of course, about how you build it. I like how you work. I like your approach. I'm telling you in advance. But before that, how did you come up with the name? By the way, explanation about the name, the meaning of it.
Right, sure. So the company is called Walrus. So Walrus is like a large sea animal with long teeth, right? So when we were coming up with the name, we actually took like 3 months to decide and finalize the name. Right? We wanted a name which was unique, and also that the younger generation of India will remember. Right. So this walrus is a unique animal which looks like which is quite big and very unique, and it's not I mean, if you take a name like tiger, I mean, there are several companies using that name, but this is not overused. So there are hardly any other companies using this name. So we thought like this will be a catchy, memorable name for the youth to remember.
Yeah, and tell us your philosophy or agenda and like building the community with the users for the users. How do you help them grow?
Sure. So we see that the next generation, or the Gen Z that we call, is very social, right? So they they want to do things in a cool way. When I say cool, it's like it becomes cool if five of my friends are also doing it, right? So we wanted to build an app, build a payments platform which is social, which is not boring, right? And we thought we could do that by bringing these youth and making them a part of our platform. It's not like I mean, generally a traditional bank, the bankers build and you are a user, right? In our case, you are the bank. You are part of what we are doing, right? So every day we talk to hundreds of our customers. We have a portal where these teenagers or the Gen Z, they come and give us feedback. They tell us what they want, right? We are very heavy on Instagram as well. So we have a community on Instagram where people follow. We organize events, we organize contests. So basically we are good at listening, right? So we create avenues where we can listen to our users. We listen to them, and whatever they ask us, we build that. Yeah.
Amazing.
And it's a
And
whole ecosystem. So the whole ecosystem consists of us, our users, like the students, their parents, merchants looking forward to providing services to these students, the schools. So everyone plays some role here, and together we are building like a whole ecosystem where everyone benefits. It's a win-win for everyone.
mhm. Yeah, I mean, if you want to mention an idea that came out from the community or a specific feature that is super popular and you see how they engage with it, and or maybe it even came from the community, from many, right?
Sure, sure. I think like a lot of ideas came from the community. Like initially, our product was primarily digital. Like we had a mobile app. You sign up and you get a virtual card. You also get in India there is something called UPI where you can scan QR codes and make payments. So initially we started with this, but from the community we got the idea of like a physical card, that we thought no one wants a physical card, but what we understood from the community that for the teenagers or the Gen Z, they don't have a card, right? So then we started working on the card, and a lot of ideas on the designs actually came from the community, right? So the signature card that we launched, it's actually suggested by the users. So we just implemented what they suggested, right? And there are many other things that we are working on. Again, like the our users play a very active role in those, getting those ideas, testing them, sharing with their friends. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Let's focus for 1 second about the card, because you
Sure.
mentioned it, and I'm seeing it's very, very popular. Like, what do you do with the signature that makes them fall in love with it? Like,
So yeah, so the generation that we are targeting is the Instagram generation, right? So they Gen Z. So their parents used to use Facebook. These kids they don't use Facebook. They are like, that's their parents' network, right? So they are primarily on Instagram. And when it comes to Instagram, it's all about showing off. As in, you want to look cool. You want to brag about how cool you are. You want to follow other cool people, right? So we to attract or to build a product for this Instagram generation, we had to think the Instagram way, right? What could we build that these kids would brag about, that they would like, they would show off to their friends. The other thing is, like, what we learn is these teens, they are each teen is unique. Each person has his own qualities. Someone is good at music, someone is good at math, someone is good at physics, someone is good at football, right? So everyone has their own personality and own identity. So we wanted to build a product where they can be themselves and they can customize it to their own, right? So that's where the signature card comes in, where you when you order our card, you create a signature, and that signature gets printed on your card, and that's something that represents you. You can create emoticons, smileys, and like what we see is like these, they take and show off to their friends, and that also, so basically that creates like a viral mechanism for us to get more users as well. into the
Amazing.
community.
Yeah, I should have tell you to bring a card to show a card like in advance because it really looks cool. Do you have like a premium model or how does it look like a standard account and a premium or like how do you?
So right now there is we only offer like one kind of account. The card is optional. Premium version later.
Other popular features, stuff that people make the stickiness that you can mention.
Sure. Sure. So one is like, I mean, we see that the core vanilla product itself has a lot of stickiness because these users, they do not have a bank account. So like creating an actual bank account takes I mean, there's a lot of hassles there. So while our account gets opened in 2 minutes, so this is their only account, so they stick to it anyway, right? So our interface is very cool. So they like to use this even if they have a bank account, right? They can track their money, they can see graphs, charts, how much is their weekly spend. The other thing that we are doing is like we are creating like a rewards, which we call as like Walrus coins. So if you spend using Walrus, you get Walrus coins, which you can spend for things that you like, right? So some of these teens, they use their parents' card for spending, right? When they use their parents' card, the reward points goes to the parent, and he gets like a airport lounge access or hotel booking discount, which again is not relevant to the student, right? So what we do is we provide you these coins, and they can be used at relevant merchants. Like, so we partner with several merchants who target students, and we bring in these deals which you can redeem with our coins. So that creates a stickiness there in the product.
Wow, amazing. Tell me a little bit about the market, the potential here in terms of numbers, the unbanked population, or you mentioned that sometimes it's even hard for a young student to open a bank account in a young
Sure.
age, right? So
Yeah.
what is the potential here in terms of the market or other markets that you're looking at? The market is big enough, I think. But
Right. Yeah. So in India itself, right now there are 300 to 400 million, uh, like the teens or the Gen Z in the segment that we are targeting, right? And like pretty all of them are like very well educated and have smartphones of their own, have quite a bit of expenses. We find that in smaller cities in India, the parent may be uneducated, but I mean, in India these days, education is very important, and the parents make sure that even if they are uneducated, their child gets the best of education, right? So if the parent may not have a smartphone, but they make sure that the child has a smartphone, right? So and what happens in that case is like the child is now interested to do a lot of things for the family. So the child does, because the parents are not that technically savvy, they're not that digital, they don't have a smartphone, but the child has a smartphone. So he does bill payments, tax filings, everything, e-commerce purchases for the whole family, right? So
wow,
so so since we are targeting the youth, we in a way are actually targeting the whole family as well. So we see that there is a massive potential here in India itself. But like eventually we are looking at other countries as well that we might expand to, like Southeast Asia, where similar situations are there, and we might launch our product there as well.
very interesting. I'm sure a lot of people who are watching us will be interested to learn about the product. I mean, it's cool, it's innovative, it's geared to that age. It's community focused. It's a lot of things that the traditional banks don't have. You don't see
Sure.
them as
Yep.
users. You see them as a part of the community that you're building it with them.
Right.
How can people sign up to this service? I guess they have to be in India, right?
Yeah, you need to be in India and have a Indian phone number. You download our app from Android Play Store, and you sign up. It takes 3-4 minutes.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, and you
And
can immediately you can start using.
And if companies wants to integrate their service, do you have like other third-party integrations in the app?
Right. So we are working on bringing like a marketplace within the app where like merchants who are targeting the same segment, they can put their products and services, and from our app, the users can book their services.
Mhm. I forgot to ask, you have a banking license, or are you working with a bank, or how does it go?
Right. So yeah. So we are not a bank ourselves. We partner with a local bank here. So while the bank takes care of the regulatory side of the business, we are more customer focused. We focus on acquiring the user, understanding them, building a nice app and card, making sure of good customer service, understanding the user while the actual money stays in the actual bank. They make sure that we comply with the rules and regulations, make sure the money is secure, make sure. So they bring the trust while we bring the cutting edge technology, we bring the community, we bring everything else.
Amazing. I very happy that we connected and you're a part of this summit. And yeah, I mean, it's very focused. It's an amazing company. You know, I looked at everything. It looks like I don't see it in other. And respect to you, because I interviewed 50 neobanks and CEOs and founders, and I've seen some stuff that you have that are totally unique and original to you.
Sure,
So
thank you.
respect to you. And I'm a fintech geek. You know, I've been installing and testing all these fintechs from all over the world. So very, very nice, and I can't wait to try and and see like the whole movement that you're building over there. And by the way, this generation also follows a lot of influencers. And
Right, yeah.
are you
So
planning to use, like, I don't know, TikTok influencers, Instagram famous people?
right, yeah. So TikTok is actually banned in India.
Mhm.
So we can't use TikTok now. But yeah, I mean there is a lot of these youth influencers as well. We are working with some of them and planning to engage them more because I think the our target segment respects them more or is more influenced by them, the influencers, than maybe their parents or maybe by politicians. So we definitely want to have influencers as a part of our community and a part of our network,
Yeah,
and get their feedback and make them our ambassadors to reach out to more users.
amazing. So yeah, how can people follow you, follow the company, get all the updates? What's the best
Yeah,
channel?
so on Instagram, we are there as walrus.club. In LinkedIn, we are Club Walrus. So I think like if you just Google Walrus Club Walrus or Walrus Neobank, you will find every our website and everything.
Great. Thank you very, very much. And we'll definitely follow up in a couple of months to see what's new over there, because it's exciting.
Sure, sure. Yeah. Thank you, Neil.
Thank you. Take
Yeah.
care.
Bye.